All right, we're gonna attempt to remove the outer fairing, the seat, and the gas tank. Assemble and install the Denali Full Deck Headlight Kit by Kraus and Denali on my 2025 Harley-Davidson Road Glide. I'm gonna begin by grabbing this seat screw out. I might need to take off this tour pack. Oh, let's see. Okay, got that broken loose. Seat screw. Corbin. Let's see, lift. Okay, there we go. Corbin's free. There we go. Seat is off. Ooh, I'm gonna clean that up a little. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm gonna yank these 1/2 inches off real quick. Let's see. So I'll get that. It's also got a couple right up under the fairing, which I cannot get at just yet. Looks like we're going to old school this one. Kind of a tough angle. Trying not to hurt the paint. See if I got it loose enough. Yeah, I got it. All right. Brake side off. All right, got those 2 bolts out. I got this one out, and I forgot there's a little rubber cover on the front tank bolt. So front cover, front bolt brake side, rear bolt brake side, rear bolt clutch side, and I'm gonna grab this 1/2 inch and get the other one out. Here we are on the clutch side, and as you can see, there's a little cover here. Look, boop, pop it off, and there's the bolt. And I guess that's a T27 or T30 or something, but anyway, 1/2 inch seems to work. So see if we can bust this loose. All right, got it cranked loose. Should just turn out with finger strength here. There it is. There's the front. All right. Pro tip, here is the cord. I'll push this up a little bit. We need to unplug that harness. Hold on, let's see if I can get at it. See if I can get at it with y'all seeing it too. Got a scoop. Can you see it? Nope. This other cord's in the way. Okay, also there's a Schrader valve here. I think this is the quick disconnect on the fuel. And if I can get a good angle on this, there we go. Okay, got this little valve stem cap off. And then if I push this, I should get pressure release. Oh yeah, a little bit of fuel came out. Oh no, don't go. Put that right there. Okay, this was easy. You just push right here and pull back on this cable and it comes loose. All right, so I hit this little thing. We released the pressure. I'm gonna put this back on. Okay, now I'm gonna lift up on this little lock and pull down on the fuel line. I can't do that with one hand, so sit tight. All right, there we go. So fuel line is off. Didn't really get much of a leak there. I believe we should be pretty freed up with the exception of, I guess, a couple of these vent hoses. I'm gonna pull it off at the back and see if I can just pick this tank up. All right, I pulled the plastic line out of this rubber one here. I'm gonna see if I can pop this off. Okay, pulled the dash off, and I went ahead and disconnected here because I think it looks cleaner. I just shoved a little screwdriver in that deal and it kind of released, so there you go. So should be totally clear to pull the tank off now. Also, I've got to find the screw I dropped. Hey, found the screw. This one on the top and this one on the bottom. So bottom and top. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got the seat, the tank dash, and the tank off. And now let's get started on the outer fairing. Here are my little vent hoses. I think these are T27s. I got to work on these lower deflectors. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, they are in fact T27s. Got those things loose. Okay. That was easy. There we go. All right, now I think the outer fairing maybe. Let's see what this is, T27. Ooh, maybe T25. Yep, T25. All right, so get this thing yanked off. Whew, need to clean this thing up. So there it is. That's gonna be the right side. And I'll do the left side. Bottom a little gummy. Come on, let it loose now. There we go, okay. And then the left side, boom. Okay, now I should be able to lift this up and pull up. Oop, windshield's out. Set it right there. And now I've got to get this little thing off. And say that's the left. I'm gonna pop this little thing off. This is the right. All right, now 1, 2, 3, 6 more to go. What are they? T27? What are we working with here? That feels too big. T25. Okay, got those loosened up. Okay, pretty much almost got these all the way off. Let's get this one right here. Oh no, man down. All right, got the right side off, didn't lose any screws. Here we're about to pop the left side off here. Make sure they're free. Free, okay, yep, it's loose. Boom, here's the left side. Shazam. All right, gotta clean that up a little bit. I'll be right back. Now I gotta pop this thing off. Should be able to just kind of pop it off, I think. Hey, booyaka, booyaka. Pry tool's too big. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a pry tool kind of guy. Hey, got it off. All right, this goes on the top lid thing, and then I think this should just pop off. Let me get this out of here. This should, oh shit, yeah, that just comes off. Okay. And then these things are just sitting in there. That's sketchy. Okay, it looks like we got a couple bolts here maybe, like one here and one here. Okay. Okay, that's out. Now I'm assuming this one, that's all T25. Okay, so let's see here. And we'll get this one out. Okay, it's loose. Okay, there. And here. And here. Okay, doing good so far. What am I missing? Missing something? Missing something? What am I missing? Oh, those are out. Those are out. I'm missing some screws down here. Ah, speaker grills. Got to pop the speaker grills off. Let's see, I got this one mostly going here. Okay, come on, baby. How these things come off. Okay, speaker grills popped off. It's got a little rubber gasket around it. It's kind of nice, I guess. Pretty nice. Okay, here's the sounds. Woo! The beats right here. Okay, let me get this other one out. So it looks like a clip here and a clip here, and everything else is just gasketed. So probably need to take out that screw. That's probably what's holding us in. Okay, reference. I've got an outside and a top. So I've got one here. Yep. And then I've got one here, which, okay. So the trick is get the top inside ones out, and then it just pops out easier. Put that there. All right. Yeah, and I bet you those are the two that we're lacking. So let me get those out. All right, we're going with a T25. I believe that's correct. And we're about to have a free fairing. I'm gonna put my phone down. Okay, I got those two bolts out and they're sitting on the speaker grills, and I believe, yes, the fairing is free. So let me set the phone down. Hey, baby. All right, so here we got tank, outer fairing, tank dash, wind deflector, seat. We've got an almost naked bike. As you see, seat's gone, tank's gone, hose is disconnected, speaker grill's off. Now here's the old headlight. Headlight's about to come out, new headlight's about to go in. I'm excited, I cannot wait. I guess this is my antenna, that's kind of cool. Here is my beautiful Sounds Customs amplifier. We'll get that thing dusted off. And I guess a GPS antenna, probably. The back side of the screen, man, this thing is pretty serious. All right, so it looks like I got 4 bolts. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, top and bottom, for this headlight. And we'll get this headlight off. It is a T30. So I'm gonna do this one by hand. So got that one loose. Got that one loose. That's headlight, right? Yep. And then down here, what do we got? Which one are we getting? This one, the insides. Yep, that's loose. Okay. Oh. Ooh, doggy. Took me 2 hands to get that one broke, but we got it. We got it. Okay. Let me get these headlight little bolt things out, and we'll get this headlight off and unplugged. Making good progress. Bike is looking sketchy. Okay. Get the bottom ones first, and then I'll get one of the top ones and then use my other hand. So I'll have to put the phone down again, but I think I can prop it up. Okay. Last bolt on the headlight. Boom. Let's see if we're loose. Are we loose? What's going on here? How come we're still not tripping? Found 2 more. Found 2 more bolts. Let's see. There's still T30. Oh boy. That one fell down. Let's see if we get freedom here in just a second. Yep, that'll do it. Get this last one loose and then we're good. Yep, there we go. Okay, headlight comes straight out. We got a headlight harness. Here, let me get you. So here were the last 2. They're way back in there. And then here's the headlight harness. I'm gonna pinch that, get that off, get the headlight out. Bottom bolts, top bolts, way top bolts. Headlights off. This is what it looks like. What a clean install job, by the way, from Sounds Customs. And what a clean inner fairing. Look at that thing. Guys, this is crazy. I can't imagine what this headlight kit's gonna look like. Oh man. Now we're just still waiting on FedEx. Where you at, FedEx? All right. So the Kraus Full Deck Denali headlight kit thing is here. How do I get this thing to cut? We've got a bracket. We got more brackets. And then look at these lights and the harnesses. Yep. All right, cool. Okay, light kit assembly instructions. I've printed just fresh. It's got a list of parts. I'm about to open all of this and take a brief inventory, and then we will be back to assemble. So I use this impact with a 6mm hex and a 1/2 inch, though I think it's some other fraction of a inch, to get this kind of bracket together. It's just roughed up. I'll check it by hand here in a second. Now we're on step 2, which appears to be connecting this bottom bracket, these, using screws and hardware from bag 1. So it looks like, yep, it'll go like this. So this goes on this side, this side. So it's bolt, washer, lock nut, and we've got these fitted up. We're about to tighten them down. So now we're moving on to step 3. Running out of hardware. Here we go. Step 3 are these 2 guys. And it looks like we're following the same pattern. Bolt, washer, nut. And the little eye holes go down. So it goes like that. Yep. So there we go. Got those two suckers on. Main bracket is assembled, and I've opened hardware bag number 2. Now we're on step number 4. Starts off with bolting this part to this part, bolt going up through a washer, and then a nut, and I've done that here. So let me tighten that down. You're going to need an 11mm box wrench and a 4mm hex. And here we go. Try using the impact on this one because it's an 11mm, so I don't want to take forever. Alright. Wiring harness on is kind of tricky because these wires, but and we just assumed that the cables go down, so this is kind of how it's going to look. Okay, got those 2 screws in, wiring harness is mounted. All right, so here we go, D14 destroyer, unboxing. There we go. We got some hardware here. Got a little, yeah, I guess this is for the repinning. All right, get this out of the way. Alright, harness, hardware, little tool, and here's the light. Get this out of the way. Stuff is heavy. Alright, here is the headlight. Okay, so I have pinned the EU high beam in here and then shoved this little green thing in, and I just used one of these bolts to push it and went. So it is in. That's step 3, I guess, on the headlight part. Okay, so now we're gonna hook the center deal with these screws here, the center bracket support. Looks like I've got 4 of them, and it's going to go in like so, and then into the light. And, well, 2 of them. Let's see. Looks like it's got some Loctite already on the screw. That's nice, on the bolt. Let's see here. So getting these started with my fingers. Ooh, this one got hard pretty quick. Did I not go straight? Oh, I think it was just the Loctite kind of got me. Okay, so these are started with a finger. Let's see what size these suckers are. I believe these to be a 12mm, so let me finish securing this to the, yeah, it's 12. Finish securing this bracket to the headlight. So here we go. Got the Denali logo on the bottom. It says .SAE on the top of the light, and then the Kraus logo on the bottom of this bracket. And let me get the other headlight on here. Okay, ECE high beam shoved in here. Got my little green thing. It's got an arrow pointing up. I'm assuming that's the right way to do it. Boop. Let's pop it in. There it is in the housing, and I'm about to push down right on that triangle while I'm holding the plug, and it's gonna go snap. Got my little bolt. Snap. There it goes. Now it is in, okay? Okay, flip the bracket upside down, and let's get these bolts to line up and get them finger started. All right. There we go. All right, let me get these cranked down. Let's see if we can get a ratchet in here. Probably a little one. I'm just gonna go ahead and test these. Okay. Nope. You gotta baby step this sucker for a little while. With both of the bolts in, there's not really enough room in between. Unless you had a really shallow well, small head socket wrench. Okay, I might be able to fit it in now. All right, here we go. Headlights hooked up to the bracket. Looks good. All right. All right, the next step is putting the wiring harness wires through the holes down here and then sandwiching this whole situation on there, and it's tight.
Probably good that it's tight.
Here, yeah.
I'll do this side.
All right, so okay, I got one going. Woo. All right, got those two in. All right, now we take a break for a couple of 8mm ons. Shout out to Zens or Alp. If you want to sponsor me, get with it. All right, look. Denali DL4 driving lights. Got two of these, and you got two DL2s. Instructions came in this. This may be the first box that had instructions for the driving lights. We've got some hardware and a wiring harness. I hope I don't need that. And this really fancy packaging. Looks like lingerie. You can see through it. There's nothing else in the box. Set that aside. And then, oh look, they got a little screen protector on this one. Also feels high quality. Says Denali on it. It's got a little harness on it. Good deal. And looks like these are going to go on either side of the headlight. I'm going to go ahead and run these in, not super tight, but that's where clearly my adjustment's coming from on the angle of the headlight. Gotta rotate this bracket a little bit to be able to get this bolt in, and then the bolt goes up through that hole, and then a washer, and then a nut. Okay, we've got a clearance issue with the DL4s because of this this deal right here. See, it's not gonna sit flush. So we're at Home Depot because they sent me, you know, this hardware, and I can't get the driving lights to clear this bolt head. So I think I was supposed to have button heads. So here we go, purchasing this 5/16, 18, 3/4 inch button head, stainless. It's a 2-pack, it's all I need. So hopefully it works. $4.
Would you like an e-receipt?
Okay, here's what we got from Home Depot, and a little button head here. And so that's gonna go right in through here. We're gonna put that together, see if we can get this light fitted up. Now let's see what we got here, see if this will fit up. Now we got clearance. All right, so got the light, feed the harness through the hole. Gotta hold this little sucker right here. Oh, we gotta turn it. Oh no. You gotta get it in, and then you gotta adjust it so that it'll fit. You gotta get it in like that, and then pull it towards you. Whoa, there we go. And then you gotta hold the bolt while you push it up. Now it's in. Now I need a washer and a nut. Uh-oh.
There's only a washer.
There's a nut.
Wasn't there only one washer for that?
What are you talking about? Oh, there is only one washer.
Yeah, on the top.
But where's the washer?
You just put it on the bottom?
Yep. Here we go. Ha-ha. So, stick it up in, put the washer on, get the nut going. All right. What did we say? This is 1/2 inch. Okay. So 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. There you go.
Put the cap on just like on this side.
Yeah, but I don't have it tight yet, so I
Yeah.
don't want to do that yet.
No.
Yeah. Here we go with the DL2 turn signal. And you're going to get some instructions, harness and hardware. It also has a little black cap, which is nice. Don't know if I need those yet. Okay, let's see, put a black cap here. And so it looks like, there's your hardware. Everything's packaged pretty nice. There you go. So same thing here, you gotta peel it back, get your screw in. Looks like I might have to go back a little farther. Daggone, I don't know. Just almost enough. I don't know what the solution is here. There's no,
Maybe take that entire bracket off.
yeah, I mean, that seems crazy to have to disassemble what they sent me just to fit it. See, because it fits in like that just fine. But it's clear that that's not what they intended. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the whole thing off to do it. That's crazy. And then I'm gonna hold that and put these back in before I get switched around on myself here. Okay. Oof. Boy, that's a little tough. So it goes through here. And then washer, nut. assuming this is still 1/2 inch. Yep. And then this is going on 1/2 inch. There we go. So then we'll adjust all these lights here in a second. We're back with the motorcycle, and here's the light kit. Bracket installed, lights installed, need to be aimed, need to be finally tightened. But I've not run the power cable, which is here. Looks like it disconnects here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off and see if we can get this thing routed inside of this little box. So wish me luck. Step 7000, I'm gonna clip this zip tie, and pop this up. And it looks like this goes under the frame right here, and this one goes, yeah, looks like just kind of around that deal. I don't know, we'll see. Where this tape came from, but there was some tape here. Looks like there's also some tape here, so I'm gonna take these up. I took that one off already. Should be able to pop it all off now. Yeah, snip that. Sketchy. So I'm gonna slip this power wire right in here, get this little hose out of the way. Oh no. And then I'm gonna try to walk this thing up tight. Okay, I've squeezed the wiring into the box. I came down on the left side of the bike, and this is it loose right here. I kind of went up, and I got it coming out right here in the middle. Like the main fuse is in a different spot than it was on my last bike, but anyway, it had this little cap on it. I pulled it out. You flip the ignition on and then off, and then pull it out, and there's the fuse. That one on. That one on. Got this little fusible link here. I'm just gonna tuck it down out of the way, and then we're gonna put this back. Boom. Snap this sucker back in. Alright. So there you go. Alright, so turn signal is marked left signal. This turn signal marked right signal. And then I just connected the running light to the closest one that fit on the left, and the running light to the closest one that fit on that side. And then the main headlight comes through this hole with the yellow. I connected the ones that fit on the left and the ones that fit on the right. And then I believe this is my power and this is my stock harness. Woof. So there you go. these suckers in here. Oh no. Oh no. I think that one started.
Sweet.
Or maybe it's cross-threaded and fucked. One or the other. Okay, before we put everything back together, I'm going to put the fuse back on and we're going to double check, make sure these lights work. Fingers crossed. Fuse is back in. And then let's see what they do here when I flip it on. Headlights.
Oh yeah.
Got turn signal.
Yep.
Turn signal left.
Yep. Right.
All right. Installing the Kraus Denali Full Deck Kit. A little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be. It's the first time I've had the tank and outer fairing off on my bike. I've helped people with 13 down road glides and 15 up road glides, but never a Milwaukee 8 or the new fairing. A lot of twin cam gas tank removals. Anyway, that went relatively easy. And I'm not saying that the installation of the full deck kit was difficult. But I did run into the issue of not having the correct button head bolt. Well, for the bracketry next to the driving lights, and because of that, it was contacting it. So I did have to go to Home Depot and spend some money out of my own pocket, to make that work. Luckily, they had what I needed, and it was only like $4. I used, this wasn't in the video clearly, but I got a little angle gauge from Klein Tools, and I used that, and I set my, main headlights at about 87.5 degrees. I think I should raise it a little bit because I can get a little bit more, light out of my stock high beam or my stock low beams. But, the feedback from my wife was, bud, it's super bright. Raising it anymore, getting any closer to 90 degrees is probably going to cause trouble. Maybe make it more difficult for vehicles to see it all. If I was coming at them, I might blind them. Trying to think of what else. Reassembly was super smooth, and if you're trying to figure out how to reassemble and you're watching this video, go backwards, go backwards in steps. It's straightforward. I'm sure that there's going to be some adjustment on the headlight. Right now I have the driving lights kind of angled down and out a little bit to try to fill up the ditches, and the headlights are at 87.5 degrees. I've got the turn signals, right around 90 degrees, maybe just over 90 degrees, because I feel like most traffic that I drive with sits up higher than me, so I kind of wanted to aim it up and out just a hair. But it's pretty straight on. I don't know, 5 to 10 degrees of a outward cant, but pretty straight on. I'll keep everybody updated. I mean, some of those steps I got a little confused. It was clear what needed to happen, but I don't know if I did it in the right order. I think everything's tight enough. It had these little black nut cap things to go over some of the bolts that held the lights into the bracketry. And I had those on, and then I wanted to double check that I had everything tightened down good, and I took them off, and then I put the outer fairing back on, and I couldn't access that area. I do think that I can at least change the angle of the low and high beam without taking the outer fairing off. I'm not 100% sure that there's no impingement or pinching of the wiring harness on the inside of the fairing. I did the best I could to kind of put everything in when I was setting it back together. So that's another thing. I kind of wish I'd maybe zip tied some things up there, or like tried to clean that up a little bit, but I was really trying to get things back on. My wife and I have a trip. We're going on a motorcycle trip. We're leaving Tuesday. We both work Monday. So I plan to, check the oil, air the tires, load the bike on Monday night, and then wake up and just take off on Tuesday. I probably need to look at the suspension, and I'm also wondering if under load with my wife on the bike with all our gear and clothes, if my headlight's going to be aimed up just a little too high. So I think worst case scenario, I can run on low beam. The low beam is for sure brighter and wider than the high beam used to be. Super usable. So I'm excited. Hey, Denali and Kraus, if y'all are watching, send me some driving lights or something. I'll make a video. I'll do it even sideways. I'm sorry, guys, for the vertical video. I'm going to post this on TikTok too, and it just looks cleaner, and it's honestly easier. Most of the recording I did by myself, so I had to hold the phone and then work a tool. So anyway, I'll get y'all an update, and I'll get some better, like nighttime, middle of the nowhere highway, totally pitch black pictures, videos, so that y'all can kind of see what's going on. But pretty happy with the kit. It does seem a little flimsy on the sides, like the wings that get bolted on it. So the driving lights and the turn signals, that little section is kind of like, you can kind of wiggle either side. And I do have some contact from the outer fairing at the top and the driving light turn signals. Maybe I think there's a little bit of touch. So hopefully I don't have any trouble out of that. I don't think I did anything incorrectly, So, hey, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll help any way I can. And if you're looking to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, holler at me. Trey at Pelche Chevy, 903-262-4000. Okay, one last thing. I did order the selective yellow clippy, things to go on the D14s. It appears that they shipped separately, which I'm not mad about because the headlight came 2 days early, maybe 3 days early, which is good for me because I got to put it on before we go on the trip. So I'll get that updated. When I get those in, I'll make a little video with that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope I enjoy it. Shout out to Kraus and Denali. I did order the kit straight from Denali. I think it was on back order a little bit. I've seen the A10 Baja Designs kits. They're cool. I don't have any hate for it, but just wanted to do something a little different. Let me know what y'all think.